NYYST. This is New York. Yankee sports talk. Swinging for the fences, knock it out the park. This is New York. Yankee sports talk. Christian and Chris, of course SGR. This is New York. Yankee sports talk, homie, New York. Yankee sports talk. Record, rain or shine, grab your shades and umbrellas. NYYST, you're hanging with the fellas.
Welcome back. This is episode 263 of the NYYST podcast, presented to you by NyynewsTV. I am your host, Christian, as always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
Yo.
And SGR.
What up? You looked
What's
good
up?
for a while. Now your top of your head's fucking cut off.
Who?
You. I told
No,
you
I'm
you're a
not
cute kid.
I'm not moving.
Oh, you look good now. You look good. Okay. You look good. Okay.
Welcome back to the NYYST podcast, the first show of 2022, the first show with NYY News TV. We're very excited. Very excited for 2022. Happy New Year's, fellas. How you all doing after the holidays?
I'm great, and I'm excited. And I start my diet again tomorrow. Thank God.
Oh yeah, I think I need to hop on a diet train really quick.
I don't know. You look kind of skinny.
You're a little svelte.
You look like you're sick.
Ooh, I feel sick.
You look sick.
Yeah.
Me and
All
Christian.
right, cool. That's a good look then. Sick is skinny.
Me and Christian look healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
Back in the 1400s, being fat was a sign of wealth because it meant you had money to eat.
Now it means you're fucking gonna die of COVID. That's what it means now.
I thought you were going to say die of cocaine overdose.
Oh, no, cokeheads, except for Artie Lang, are usually skinny.
Yeah.
I think Artie Lang's joke is that he's the only fat cokehead he's ever ever existed.
So, it's for anybody joining us for the first time, this is kind of what you get. We will talk Yankees. There was a rumor that came out during the past week here that we're going to get into, and it's just kind of going to spawn the conversation today. But to get the bookkeeping out of the way, as we usually do at the beginning of the show, head on to patreon.com/NYYST. Please become a patron of the show. I dropped a Q&A there this past week, and we're going to make a concerted effort to put more content there as the weeks go on. So,
and if you're listening, be sure to head over to YouTube, subscribe, like, all that good stuff to NYY News TV over on YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff.
And follow the new handle. It's NYYST_podcast on Twitter. We don't tweet
on the Twitter.
We don't spread misinformation about pandemics, so they're not going to suspend us.
Well, we don't know about that.
You never know. You never know what might be classified as misinformation.
If I say Dr. Go Fouch yourself too many times, I might get suspended.
Do we get on Rogan? Do we get Rogan then?
We might. If you get suspended, you're automatically on Rogan.
So if God forbid, Yankees lose a player to the COVID IL this year, that could be, construed as misinformation.
Let's get this out of the way.
Suspended.
Let's get this out of the way.
Because
this is something that no one wants to hear, and we're just going to get it out of the way. Is MLB going to end the bullshit this upcoming season with the COVID testing and the COVID IL? Is that going to be gone?
CBA maybe.
Because my question is, how long are we going to do it, and when does it end?
Well, you could see that the NFL and NBA are already changing their policies.
They're kind of over it. They're kind of over it.
The NFL's a week, 2 weeks. NFL's 2 weeks away from their postseason. They're, God forbid, Brady or Rodgers or Dak Prescott or Mahomes pops it positive before a playoff game.
Yeah, that can't happen. But look, here's the thing. I think the whole don't test asymptomatic players is rational. I think that's a rational ask.
Well, somebody had a tweet out there earlier today where they said, back when I was young, asymptomatic just meant you weren't sick.
Yeah, remember? Remember that? Well, it just makes sense. Like, okay, you still want to do the whole you're fucking sick, and it was funny. I had the sniffles the other day, and my job was like, "Well, why didn't you get tested? Why'd you come in?" Like, last time I checked, when I had a fucking little cold, I got yelled at for not coming in. Now I'm getting yelled at for coming in with a cold that I'm fine with. Like, things have to even itself out a little bit. I just hope that the CBA whenever the fuck this happens, I hope that's one of the things, like asymptomatic, not testing, and we don't have to worry about that anymore.
There is absolutely going to be some sort of like disaster clause in the CBA, because that was a mess how they handled COVID and the shortened season.
It was terrible.
That was a precursor for me of how these negotiations are going to go, where both sides are going to be in a stalemate that's going to go on just way too long, and we're going to be the ones that suffer from it.
Look, we have a lot of new information now that we didn't have in 2020, and I think that if Omicron is the dominant variant that we've been seeing, I don't see a reason why we can't get past it to the point where if you're not sick, you play.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Look, if you're sick and you have flu-like symptoms, stay the fuck home. And if you don't, and like it's a fucking playoff game, and you can pitch or you can play the outfield, you should be playing. And that's all it comes down to now.
And somebody was saying like, oh, these guys, you're going to trust them to self-report. Well,
come on.
I mean, seriously, dude, if a guy is really that sick where you're worried about him long term, you're going to know. You're going to see it in his face. Yeah. You're not going to be able to hide it.
I just didn't know. You think that's like at the forefront at these negotiations right now?
I don't think it's
No, I think it could be, bro, because you have to think about it. I think there's more players than not that are kind of over all the bullshit. And they don't want to miss time. And there's clauses in contracts where players have to be healthy and on the field X amount of games. And if they're not feeling fucking sick, they're not going to want to test, and they're not going to want to sit out.
I just don't think it's like a number one thing that they're discussing right now.
It could be right now. It could be.
I doubt it.
Does Dr. Fauci join the meetings?
Yeah, right.
He could double. He looks like someone that would be a part of the MLB.
Did you see that jabroni when he threw out the friggin' first pitch in 2020?
Oh yeah,
he should be nowhere near anything that has to do with Major League Baseball.
And
I forgot about that.
And then Trump said in his speech, he said something like, Tony Fauci told me that he was a good athlete. Did you see him throw out it was huge.
Yeah,
great first pitch. Great first pitch.
So I'm sure that we're all tired of COVID. It's all something that we're going to have to live with from now on. Yes. I think we all need to
get the fuck over it.
Let's just, live your life. I feel like I've been saying this since
for 3 years.
Since we got really past the initial part of it.
Since everyone died that was going to die from it, we've all been like, let's move on. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not sensitive to it anymore. You want to know why?
No.
The average age of death is like 83. And guess what? If grandma gets COVID and she fucking dies from it, she's 89. Our grandmother's 89. How many Christmases does she have left? Like 1.5? Well, like I want to have Christmas with grandma. She doesn't have many years left. She doesn't even know what's going on anymore.
No, I think she's
that's good.
That's a shame. She's got a decade left.
Any new listeners? I joke a lot, and I'm not serious, so don't report me.
Yeah, we'll probably have some new listeners here.
Oh, here we go. Definitely misinformation.
Yeah, we're definitely getting kicked off the network. Pete's kicking us off.
Yeah, dude, that's true. And this is YouTube, guys. But at least
this is YouTube. We got to be careful. We can't say the V word.
But everyone likes us, though. No
the
dislikes.
What word?
Oh, yeah, there's no dislikes anymore. The V word. Not vagina. Not vagina. Okay, it's called vagina. Okay. I'm talking about vac, jab.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
V word.
Okay.
Fouch.
Okay.
Fouch, doctor. Go fouch yourself. All right,
so why don't we do this instead? How about I just spoil season 4 of Cobra Kai for everybody right now? Okay.
Since no one listening, garbage.
Yeah, okay.
It won't matter.
First of all, you fucking jackass. You're the only one that doesn't watch it.
You got to watch Yellowstone before you even talk to me like you're a fucking bigger man than I am. If you don't watch Yellowstone and fucking Rip and John Dutton.
Okay, first of all, Johnny Lawrence would fuck him up, bro.
No one even knows who Johnny fucking Lawrence is.
Yeah, okay.
John Dutton. We'll do a poll. I could actually put a poll in right now. Everyone watching this on the premiere, I'd do a poll. I think I could drop it right now. Who's better, John Dutton or fucking what's his name? You don't even know his name. John Lawrence.
Johnny Lawrence.
John Dutton.
Yeah,
John
really.
Rip.
Sounds like a loser.
To get up on that horse.
So
need to go. John Dutton, bro. Kevin Costner.
okay.
Oh, you're talking
dude.
Yellowstone.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, okay. Ralph Macchio, dude. Like seriously.
We are going to start banging.
We need some more drops. We need some more sounds.
I'm gonna have more drops.
I think we should just rip people for the next hour.
Rip is one of the characters on Yellowstone.
Okay, that's who Hulk Hogan played in No Holds Barred, 1989. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, bro, so there was a scene in this is not a spoiler, Ryan. Okay, it's not. There was a scene.
Probably is, dude. You don't know what
It probably is. He doesn't even know what a
are.
spoiler is. Spoiler alert.
It's not a spoiler.
Not a spoiler. Spoiler alert.
It's not. It doesn't give away any of the fucking plot points, Ryan. You know that Johnny and fucking Daniel were supposed to team up in season 4, right?
Yeah.
You saw the trailer, so it's not. So during one of the early episodes, Miguel was like to Johnny, he was like, you know, do you remember Rocky 3 when Apollo and Rocky had to team up? And I was like, wow, that's fucking.
I knew it. Dude, that was the first episode, actually. Right when that happened, I was like, oh, they just got Christian good.
Christian,
so
where'd your video guy miss you?
Oh, here we go. So I was like, wow, like, you know, I made a tweet about it, and this guy was like, don't tweet spoilers. I was like, are you fucking for real, dude? Like, I'll tell you everything that happens right now if you're gonna fucking be an asshole like that. That's not a spoiler.
But maybe he hasn't caught up yet.
If you haven't watched the fucking trailer for the show
yet, you're right.
That's your fucking problem, not mine.
Do you know what's hilarious? We have so much Yankee news to get to that we're 15 minutes in and haven't even talked about the Yankees because there's nothing to fucking talk about.
What do you want to talk about? How stupid the organization is?
Yeah, I do actually.
Well, you know, let's talk about that then.
Okay.
Because the only bit of news that came out during the holidays
is
here,
the
since
stupidest thing, if it's even remotely true, is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What?
You haven't heard this rumor?
Well,
I wasn't listening to you.
Oh, right.
Ryan, I guess Ryan wasn't in on the group chat this week.
Well, I don't pay attention always to our group chat either.
So, you know, why do I even bother bringing these things up on a show week of all?
No, that was today. I asked you what the show.
All I'm saying is that just now I was not listening to you guys.
Oh, there's a rumor about who the Yankees are gonna.
All right.
Oh, so yeah, no, I saw all that. Yeah,
okay, so Twerp, I call him Twerp Boy Buster. Okay, Twerp Boy Buster.
Buster,
he busts
lonely.
the nut, bust the whole nut.
And he's lonely.
So he went on the K show and he told Don LaGreca,
he's lonely.
Yeah,
Buster lonely.
I don't know how anybody watches. I don't know how anybody listens to that show. Period. I don't know how you listen to that show without Michael K on it, and it's just
really.
Don LaGreca.
And you hate Michael K.
That show is great when
it's
just Michael K. When he does a solo episode, it's actually really good.
If Peter Rosenberg, is that his name?
Yeah.
Would just jump off a cliff, then maybe I'd listen to it. But I got to say, Don LaGreca, I used to actually like. He's too much of a character for me now.
Who?
He gets
Don
theatrical.
LaGreca. He's just like, he's over
the
top too much. It's like annoying.
No, he's a caricature of Francesa is what he is.
Yes. And he just doesn't mumble.
Wow, he is.
All right, so anyway. He said some other shit. He expects the Yankees to do whatever. But one thing he said is that before the lockout, the Yankees discussed internally about trading for Matt Chapman. And I'm like, okay, I can get down with that. If you don't want to get a shortstop and you want to improve third base, okay, I could, you could, not that I'm okay with it, but you could possibly sell me on it, get Matt Chapman instead of getting a shortstop. You're improving the left side of the infield, which is important. Okay. So, but then he goes on to say that they didn't just discuss Matt Chapman at trading for him. They discussed trading for him and moving him to shortstop.
Let's just say we lived in a world where no shortstops were available. And we lived in a world where the Yankees didn't have two of the top prospects in baseball at that position in their minor league system. And we lived in a world where there was no other possible option. And then you told me Matt Chapman was going to come over here and move and switch positions. I'd say that's great.
Yeah, but
the fact that you fucking have Carlos Correa and Trevor Story sitting there waiting for you, waiting for you to knock at the door. And you're going to now try and get creative again in a stupid way?
The reason for this is because Chapman, I believe, will hit free agency in a year or two, and then they can give the job to Volpe.
They're just cheap.
No.
They're just cheap.
I think
they're a bunch of cheap fucking losers is what they are.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
Because let me ask you a question, and you always contradict yourself now. Because you said two things can't happen. Two things can't happen. Luke Voit can't be the starting first baseman.
Okay.
And the Yankee shortstop can't be on this team right now. You said that.
He
so
wouldn't
you
be.
can't. No. You said you'd be okay with them getting him instead of a shortstop and leaving him at third to improve the left side. That would mean that the shortstop, whoever it's going to be, is already on this team.
I literally said, you see, this is where we have an issue. I literally said I wouldn't be okay with it, but you can try to sell me on it.
No.
Is what I said.
But before all this, you said the shortstop cannot be on this team currently. So
and he wouldn't be. They would sign Andrelton Simmons. So
you think so? You think so?
That's what they would fucking
do.
So
would you be okay with Chapman at third and Simmons at short if that's what they were going to do?
It's it intrigues me to a degree that it wouldn't intrigue me of
SGR. Do you have a laptop up? Is it difficult for you to pull up Chapman's numbers from last year?
I got you.
They weren't good.
He had a down year offensively, but he's still one of the best third basemen in the league.
Well, okay, so let's just start there.
Which is why
he is one of the best third basemen in the league, right?
And I still think he was around. What did he hit? Like 27 home runs. And he probably drove in 90 to 100 runs. I think he had a bad batting average. But batting average doesn't matter.
2021, he had a 210 batting average, 314 on base, drove in 72 runs.
What was the batting average?
210
and
210.
And what was his OBP?
314.
Okay.
27 dingers, 72 runs batted in. So
his
very
RBIs were a little
very low
lower.
RBI total.
Okay, so he would fit right in with the Yankees then.
Yeah,
they don't.
But he's never gone over 100. He's never gone over 100.
Okay, but that's not even the point. The point
156 game season in 2019. He had 91 RBI,
like
36 runs batted in, a 249 batting average, and a 342 on base percentage. His career on base percentage is 330. So he had a down year this year. Still won a Gold Glove though.
Okay, but that's the point though.
Yeah, so let's move him. So let's move him in positions. That's the Yankees logic.
I don't understand. I don't really understand.
That's the Yankee logic, right? Let's get a Gold Glover here.
For a couple years.
No. It's just like DJ. It's like, he's won multiple Gold Gloves at second base. Sure, let's get him over here. We'll put him at third. Sometimes we'll put him at first. We'll barely play him at second because we're going to put Torres there until we realize what a piece of shit he is at short. And then we'll put him back at second. And then we'll put, Miguel Andujar. We'll stick him in left for a while. And then Brett Gardner will just play like 150 games and we'll be good. And that'll be it. So let's build a World Series caliber team. Let's start by getting Matt Chapman, the amazing third baseman, and put him at short.
Okay.
And you want to know why it doesn't make sense either? They were comfortable with Gio at shortstop. And I actually thought Gio didn't do a terrible job. If you're going to be moving any third baseman over to short, at that point, if this is going to be your last resort, then why not leave Chapman at third and put Gio at short? You're going to have to play one of them, right?
Because that's stupid.
Well, the whole thing is fucking stupid.
Well, here's what you really want. You really want to do something? How about you trade for Matt Chapman, put him at third base? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You sign Carlos Correa, you sign Freddie Freeman, and you have a brand new infield. Look at that.
Would be phenomenal.
Wow.
And then you can leave Torres. Oh no, you can't. You need to throw DJ over at second.
Yeah, you have to trade him.
Who wants him?
Somebody. You don't think somebody would take Gleyber Torres?
I did the live chat on NYY News last night or 2 nights ago, and we talked about the possibility in SGR. I think I mentioned that you said this of the Yankees talking to Oakland about all these players. Do you think they can sneak Manaea into a deal? Do you think the Yankees could pull that off?
With Chapman, I think they can. But if you're gonna, if they want Olsen too, then it's going to be too much of a high asking price, I think. But
I don't think Olson's going to be on the table.
For who? Who's it too much of a high asking price for? The Yankees? Because what are we holding on to?
Well, that's the thing, though, Christian. Because if you're getting Chapman, then the plan is clearly to hold one of these prospect shortstops.
Well, I don't think you would need to trade both of them if you're getting Chapman and
for
Manaea.
Chapman. For Chapman and Manaea, you're right. I agree.
You wouldn't have to trade both of them.
No, I don't think so. But if you want to throw Olson in there, then it's Volpe.
Look,
fine.
I don't.
See ya.
I hope, and this is honestly, I'm being serious here. I hope
we agree with you.
I hope that Anthony Volpe is a superstar for the New York Yankees. I really do.
Yep, I said the same thing.
But at the same time, why are we going to continue to hold on to shit for down the road?
Yeah, it doesn't make. There's no down the road. As of right now, the road in the future is a fucking pile of rubble, and that road can't even begin to be built if we don't continue the construction of the road we're fucking on right now.
Here's what I don't understand, and I'm begging for somebody to help me understand this. I really am. Why are you going to continue to kick that rock down the street? Why are you? I don't get it, because I always say this, and I think it's a fair point in saying that there's a time to hold on to your prospects and there's a time to be aggressive with them. You want to tell me that 2016, 2017 was not the time to start moving guys? Yeah, I agree with you. I think
2017 really, because that was when we got them in 2016.
But even if you want to go back further, remember that famous rumored deal where the Yankees were going to get Simmons and Hayward, and it was going to be for Judge and Sanchez.
That was legit.
Severino, I believe, too.
That was legit, by the way.
Even in 2015, that was not a time to go and make a move like that, because if you knew anything, you knew how old and tired this team was.
They were at the
end.
That's
why
that was the whole narrative with this team.
And that's why Cashman pulled the plug on it in 2016. So, yeah, you want to say 2015, 2016, 2017, not the year to make those types of aggressive moves.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. After 2017, they went and they traded for Giancarlo Stanton. But what did they really give up for it? They didn't give up anything in the top of their farm for him.
You can honestly argue that after the 2012 season was when you could really see the decline of and where this team was going to end. And that's when you had to start being smart and really behind the scenes start the rebuild of whatever you could and be a little more conservative in the moves that you were making, because you saw where this team was going.
When Derek Jeter broke his ankle, the championship window completely shut on this team.
That was what?
And it wasn't
14?
16. 12, I'm sorry.
12, yeah, 12.
He broke his ankle in the LCS.
He retired in 14.
Yes. All right.
So
you want to tell me?
Game, actually,
you want to tell me the Stump Merrill years when you had Jeter and Bernie and Posada and Mo and Pettit and all those guys? That was not the time to get aggressive and trade those. Yeah, that was absolutely right. You were not in a championship window. When your championship window is open, that's when you need to be aggressive with your prospects, because championship windows don't stay open.
Right.
And right now, the Yankees have a championship window that is open.
So not as open as it was. So it's on the close. It's closing.
We all think that the Yankees are going to do the right thing in the terms of keeping Aaron Judge here, but we don't know that for sure, 100%. You know, how many more are you going to waste a prime year, which could possibly be the last year you have Aaron Judge? You're going to waste that on something that might happen in 2 years? I mean,
it's even bigger, I think, though, is the Garrett Cole. Right, angle.
Exactly. That's my next.
That's money being spent currently that they're going to waste for 2 years. Let alone forget about Judge. They're not paying. Well, they've currently, or that they're in a process of, if they're saving their prospects here.
You brought Garrett Cole here to win a World Series, but every year that Garrett Cole's here, you keep saying to yourself, as Hal Steinbrenner, as Brian Cashman, you're like, well, we're not going to go do what it takes to get over the hump. I mean, how many years? When are you going to wait?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to wait until
we just want to see the CBA, and if they are going to increase that luxury tax, and we're going to go out and spend. No.
Well, I heard of.
You even have the facial expressions down now, and
Yeah.
you almost go like he almost has like a
Yeah,
lazy
funny.
eye. Wait, Christian,
Yeah,
let me ask you this
yeah.
question. You're really good.
Uh-huh.
You're really good with shit like this.
Yeah.
When the Yankees,
You're right, Chris.
it was pretty good. When the Yankees signed that contract with Garrett Cole, it's a 10-year deal, right? There is a player opt out now.
Yeah, I don't remember after what year, Ryan. Can you look that up, please? Is that the
What?
fourth? Garrett Cole's opt out.
Yeah, but like if Garrett Cole's on the path of where he is now, he's not taking that opt out. So let's just say 10 years. Let's just say the Yankees have to obviously sign that deal and assume that they're going to be responsible for all 10 years.
After the fifth year.
After the fifth year.
After
Okay.
fifth year.
But again, let's just assume,
So,
obviously.
but wait a second. Let's say it's a 5-year contract because the player can leave after 5.
Yeah,
we're in year 3 now.
Right.
So are you going to wait until possibly his last year here or when he's gone for what?
Right.
And
listen,
again, like I said, I want Volpe to be a fucking star, but you don't know. You don't know.
Listen, that's another angle to take, and that's even worse to even think about. But I'm just talking about at the time of the deal. If you're signing him to 10 years, he's been in the league for a decent amount of time. How many years are you legitimately sitting there and saying, out of these 10, we'll have him at his best for how many years?
At least up until the opt-out.
Right? So you would say like those 5 years are really when they're the most optimistic of having Garrett Cole here. Whereas the back end of his contract at that point is just for what? Is only going to be worth it if you fucking win a World Series in those first 5 years. Right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I agree.
No. He's not going to be a bag of dicks. He's not going to be a fucking bag of dicks. But what I'm saying is in those first 5 years, when you're signing that 10-year deal, you're not thinking, we have him for 10 years. You're thinking we have Garrett Cole as we know him, as this contract makes sense for the value of it for 5 years. The last 5 are throwaway years for us in a sense of we have 5 years of him to be the ace and know that he can lead this fucking team to a World Series. So really, you're right. Either way you want to look at it, that they've wasted now 3 years. And this team is on the path of destruction. They're going backwards.
Well, if they don't do anything, if they don't do what they need to do, they'll waste the 3 years. He's only been here 2 years so far.
No.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying this year is the 3rd year.
Right. Okay? So if they fuck this year up, then they're
probably
3
gonna
years.
Though. Do you have any faith in this team right now? Organization, not team. The organization.
All right. So what else I heard is that the number that's being kicked around for the luxury tax is $260.
I thought it was going to be higher than that.
That's a $50 million jump, dude. That's big.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like 240.
Yeah, I initially thought it was going to be around like 230, 240. I heard a number kicking
like
around as
260.
So, but also people are saying that how it could be $500 million. He will spend up until that tax threshold, and that's it.
Fuck him then. Fuck him. Honestly, fuck you. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And I don't want to repeat myself because we talked about this again last night. And we've talked about this on this show so many fucking times. Hal had 2 choices. Okay? And I'm gonna say it again right now. His first choice was to hire a GM that can efficiently spend his money, keep it under luxury tax, and still have the ability to build a World Series caliber team. We all know Brian Cashman is not that general manager, but he stayed with them. So what's the other option? The other option is to open up your fucking checkbook and stop talking about luxury tax and put together a fucking World Series caliber team. And he's not even going to do that? Fuck you, man. I'm telling you right now, if that is the truth and this team doesn't win, fuck them. I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm telling you right now.
Done. Okay, so quit now.
No, I'm not going to quit now.
No, I want you to.
No, because if they win, I want to be there.
Can we get a compilation? I want a compilation of all the times Chris is done.
All you want are compilations.
Yeah. I was gonna say, bro, you got those.
SGR's a fucking porn addict.
That's why you're.
You guys are wrong about that. Compilation is a very popular term for outside of. You guys watch, I think, a little too much.
I hate compilation porn, by the way. So no, I don't.
Nobody cares. But your fucking viewing habits.
Because I don't like when it's just like one thing. No, because you want to know why? Because I'm really fucking sick of it now. And it's like, okay, when George was alive, whose team was it? Who ran this team? George Steinbrenner. Right? Now he's fucking dead. He's been dead for how many fucking years? And now whose team is it? Whose team is it?
Somebody on Twitter told me it's the Wall Street bankers that own the majority of the team.
Oh yeah, okay. No, seriously, whose team is it? Whose team is it?
It's Hal's team.
No,
WB Mason.
No, you see, this is where you're wrong. It's not Hal's team.
Whose team is it then?
Who's the man in charge? I mean, who's the guy who's been here the longest, who clearly calls the shots? Whose team is it?
If you want to, is it? Who you say that, but who really calls the shots?
Well, hold on, I'm getting there. Whose team is it?
You want to say it's Brian Cashman's team?
It's Brian Cashman's team, but who controls the fucking money? You see, when George was alive, it was his team. He controlled the money, and he told you who was going to be in the fucking lineup, and all that was fine and dandy, right? But now it's Brian Cashman's team because he's the real baseball guy. Hal Steinbrenner's a fucking cuck. He's not a baseball guy. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing, right? But he controls the money, and that's a problem. Because Brian Cashman is a shell of himself if he doesn't have the money that it takes to hire all these guys, to sign all these guys, and put a World Series caliber team together. He's not that GM. He's not the GM who's going to take money and spend it efficiently and put together some fucking team of hidden gems to win a World Series. He's just not that guy.
It doesn't have anything to do with money. We shouldn't even have had to wait until fucking July of last year to get left-handed batters in this lineup.
Well, no, you're right with that too. I mean, his incompetence has grown. The incompetence of Brian Cashman has grown.
You could set it at $100 million. You could set it at $200 million, $300, whatever it is, whatever the number is, whatever Hal agrees to spend up to. You should be able to build a winner with that amount of money.
That's not.
And Brian Cat.
Not a question.
And Brian Cashman, he's not, for whatever reason, he's not doing it. But at the same time, the Yankees have to realize that you have an advantage that probably only one other team has, and they flexed it already this offseason, and that's money. So fucking spend it.
Well, here's the argument from the other side of the coin, though. I mean, they do, right? They have the second highest payroll in baseball.
Oh, great.
So that just goes right back to Cashman again. And it goes back to Cashman to say, yeah.
How could you have the second highest payroll in baseball and have this many holes in the lineup?
Because you have a GM who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You have a GM who knew what he was doing when he can do whatever the hell he wanted. And he can't do that anymore. You know, you're living on a budget, but then you spend $40 million on two relievers. Neither one of them that you trust in a fucking big game. Well, and one of them who's not even going to be pitching this year.
Right. All right. So,
and the other one who, you know, like you said, you can't trust worth a shit. So you have all. I wouldn't even trust.
I wouldn't even trust Chapman to strike your son out in the fucking T-ball championships.
He wouldn't trust.
Couldn't. No, I don't think.
My son would have a better chance of getting hit in the fucking head with a 100-mile-per-hour fastball than Chapman striking him out. I would just tell him not to swing. But anyway, here's the problem. It's almost like Hal's like, hey, you only have X amount of money, but we still need sexy names, so figure out how to do it. And that's why we got guys like Kluber. Who else was like that? Who else was the low risk, high reward?
I mean, they traded for Tyone last year. It's not really a sexy name.
No, but there was other guys. There was another guy that was like
what they were going to go after Verlander.
Verlander would have been one of those guys. Sure.
Wait, did something happen with Verlander's contract? Is he still a free agent?
No, they finalized a deal during the lockout, which nobody understands how that was even allowed to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
How did it happen? Because he was part of that team already, or that they just continued?
Maybe.
I don't know. I never read up on it, but a lot of people were questioning like how that type of business was allowed to be handled during the lockout.
Yeah.
So
you know what? Who cares?
He was going to sign there. What do you think? Something was going to fall through and he's become a Yankee?
What do you think? The Yankees were going to swoop in and offer more money? Yeah. They couldn't even sign the reigning Cy Young for $23 million a year. Fucking bunch of jokes. I'm very down. I got to say, I'm optimistic. I'm always going to be optimistic that this team can go out and win a World Series, but I'm so down on this organization, on Hal Steinbrenner, on fucking Brian Cashman. I'm so down on them.
If they took the field today, they're not a playoff team.
They're the biggest joke in baseball, I think.
I wouldn't say that. That's
Why?
A bit of an exaggeration.
Okay, who's your first baseman? Luke Voit. Who's your second baseman? Gleyber Torres sucks. Who's your shortstop? Okay, who's your shortstop? Okay, who's your third baseman? I don't know. He might have to play short. Okay, who's your catcher? Sucks. Who's your center fielder? Hurt.
Sucks.
Who's your left fielder? Can't play left. We must DH him. Oh, but then we can let him play left, but then he has to DH. Okay, right fielder. Only good player on this team right now. I mean,
not Giancarlo Stanton.
No, Stanton is too, but I'm just saying Stanton's not even out there. I mean,
not DJ LeMahieu.
Well, no.
DJ
LeMahieu is coming off a down year.
Hold on. Chris means more like Aaron Judge is the only player without some sort of question or statement with it.
Right, because
like
DJ's
Giancarlo's great, but you're right. Giancarlo's great, but he has to DH every now and again, or most of the year. DJ's great, but he's not playing his primary position. Aaron Judge is the only player
sucks, and he's hurt.
Sucks. Yeah. Judge is the only guy in this lineup where you don't question. That guy is a fucking great player.
And guess what? Though. Sometimes Judge plays center.
Despise him.
Sometimes Judge has to play center because we don't know who our center fielder is. So there you go. And then it's like Garrett Cole. Great, right? But he was kind of hurt and still. I know we don't have Spider Tack questions. I know we don't attribute any of his failures to the Spider Tack, being that we could clearly line up when he got hurt and so on and so forth. But hey, there's still question marks there. And then you got Severino, question mark. Montgomery, not a question mark, but he can't be more than a 4 or 5 guy. So it's like this team's a fucking joke.
And even Tyone, you could even
Tyone won't start the year. I mean, it goes on and on.
There's a difference between being a joke and being a serious contender, which they're not right now.
No,
a joke is the fucking Pirates that are going to win 50 games this year.
That's true.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be there. They are a joke because the Yankees aren't supposed to be there. The Yankees aren't sitting there going, hey, guys, we're in the middle of a rebuild, so you're going to have to sacrifice a few years of just awful baseball. That's not a joke. That's called strategy. Strategy. That's called building for a championship.
Maybe they should have been bad for 2 or 3 years.
Listen, did you ever go to your window when it's cracked open and you go to lift it up a little higher, but the fucking thing's loose and it actually drops down lower? It actually comes down. That's what the Yankees have been doing for the last 3 years. Okay? They think they're opening the window a little bit and they fucking shut it faster than they ever wanted to. So they are the biggest joke to me. Because you can go through every player. Your closer. How do you feel about your closer, Christian? You feel good?
He's good. He's the best.
Yeah, he's great. He's fucking great. I don't trust him with anything. How about your setup guy? How about
Jonathan Loizaga?
How about Britton? Oh, I thought Britton was a set. Sorry, we're so inconsistent on this team. I don't even know who our setup guy is anymore. How about Zach Britton? When's he pitching? September?
I can only take into account guys that are going to be here.
How about Zach Britton? And when's he pitching? September? I mean, it goes on and on, dude. This team is the biggest fucking joke that I've ever seen right now. And not one question mark has been filled. I know there's been a lockout, but I'm sorry. The way they went into the lockout where they were asleep at the fucking wheel and they weren't even talked about or discussed with any deal is a joke to me.
Well, I think Christian in that Buster Lonely report, I think he had it in there that the Yankees were holding out for that luxury tax, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've heard that from several different people.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, that's a thing?
We talked about that in a recent episode that it was, they were waiting for the CBA to get hashed out before they went out and spent.
God. You know what?
Brought it up on the pod a couple weeks ago. Go back.
And I'm sure you did. I just don't fully comprehend the whole thing of how the tax is set. So that 260 number is just a number that they're throwing out there. It's projected.
it means nothing right now.
We won't know for sure.
There is no threshold set
so
right
the
now.
Yankees fucking had to wait to see where it would be at to make sure that they
didn't
weren't going
have to
over.
wait. I mean, they didn't have to wait.
I'll tell you what, that's worse than them coming out and telling me that they're not going to go over it. Waiting and letting the deals fucking go through that went through. If you sign Robbie Ray for $23 million, the reigning Cy Young, to follow up from Garrett Cole, your team already is less of a joke, like big time. Like you're already showing me that you are possibly in this to win the whole thing.
In it to win it.
That's how.
What if they get
my boy?
What if they get Jackson? What if they get Tom Glavine?
Tom Glavine
now we're
for
talking.
what? To what? Be the pitching coach?
No, he's going to be the number 2 starter.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Him out of retirement.
I'll tell you what. He'd probably be less of a question mark than the rest of the fucking rotation. I could probably trust. Oh, absolutely. As of right now, I could probably trust him more than Severino. I hope I'm wrong. I think Severino could be amazing.
I don't think you give enough credit to Jordan Montgomery.
No. My thing with Jordan Montgomery is that he's the most reliable guy, but he can't be more. If he's more than a 4 in this rotation, automatic joke of a team. He cannot be higher than a 4 guy, 4 or 5.
I didn't say that it should be.
And as a 4 or 5 guy, as a 4 or 5 guy, here's your credit. As a 4 or 5 guy, he's probably the best in baseball. You are not going to get a better back end of the rotation guy than Jordan Montgomery. I can guarantee you that. Not just talent, but reliability. You're not going to get anyone better than Jordan Montgomery.
Okay.
But the second he's higher than a 4, your team's a joke.
You can't. But here's what the issue is, right? What is it that is so important about this luxury tax that the Yankees don't want to go over it? What is so important about it? The $3 or $4 million that they might have to give to revenue sharing. I mean, seriously.
Seriously, who cares? Because if you're just not competing anyway,
because you're just not going to raise the prices on fucking chicken buckets at Yankee Stadium to make that money back.
At this rate, raise the fucking prices.
And here's the other thing: there used to be for repeat offenders, you used to lose 10 slots in the draft, right? Which, look, from a competitive standpoint, if you knew what you were doing, I could understand that one. But what the fuck had the Yankees done right in the draft?
Nothing.
Where are all these great draft picks that the Yankees have been making?
They've fallen through the cracks. Fallen through the cracks, man. We haven't seen anything come to fruition. Nothing. Everything they're selling us on is a joke. It's all just a fucking illusion.
Yeah.
There's no logical reason why that tax threshold should be a barrier for this team. It just shouldn't be.
No, because the penalties involved with it, like you said, the draft pick, the having to pay to the rest of the league, whatever, number you go over. That's not what the Yankees should be worried about right now.
Well, honestly,
I think that first of all, the tax in itself is stupid. Either put a cap in or fucking don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
This tax thing is fucking stupid.
I agree. But like
what they should do, what they really need to do, because it's fucking embarrassing, is put a fucking salary floor in.
Yes, that's what Ryan.
You can't tell me you can't sit there and tell me that the Pirates or the Indians or I'm sorry, the Guardians are trying to compete when Max Scherzer is going to make more than their entire teams next year.
Yeah, well,
that's going to change.
That's the thing, right? Like other teams just fucking let seasons go. But baseball can't do that. So what do? They just fucking put out a roll of toilet paper and see.
But again, though. Sorry, keep going.
No. All I was going to say was, to your point, Rye, and what I said before, it's like you're worrying about sharing that extra money with the tax, but it's like your competition's better than you anyway. So who cares? You're making yourselves look like jokes by worrying about the luxury tax at this point.
The Yankees, the problem is that they don't want to use the advantage that they have. They want to prove that they're the smartest people in the room. That's why they're doing dumb shit. How many shortstops are available?
Like 20.
And they're going to trade for a third baseman and play him at short?
Yes, that's. I mean, excuse me. It goes back to the Davy Garcia throw a pitch and a half and then go to fucking J-Hap. It goes back to those days of like getting creative when you don't have to be. When did this team run itself to be creative and not to dominate? When did that happen? Because it doesn't work. Nothing works. Nothing that's happening right now is working. And I'm not saying if George was alive that his mentality would work either. But like, how many years do we have to go through the same thing? Who was it? Was it Einstein that said insanity? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. How many years? How many years? What'd he say?
He was about to say, I think your mother said that.
Not your mother, my mother.
Right.
We're brothers. But honestly, I mean, how many times do we have to go through the same thing and just sit here and go, you know what? Maybe this year it'll work.
Well,
and then he throws in like little things like getting Cole, right? That had to happen. That was his guy.
But why?
Because it had to. Because
no, it did. I mean, at this point, why?
At this point, no. But at the time,
right.
But at the time, it's like, of course that has to happen, and he does it, so he gets a pass. And then I don't mean to keep saying I mentioned this last night, but anyone who was watching the live chat and now watching this, I just want to say that I know I'm being repetitive, but it was a good point that DJ LeMahieu, when he was signed, do you remember everyone's thought process when DJ LeMahieu was signed?
Yeah,
was that a good feeling? Was that a good feeling?
For me?
Yes.
Or for overall?
Just overall, at the time, were we like, yes?
I thought it was a good move.
Oh my God, you're such a dick.
I thought it was a good move.
At the time, at the time you wanted DJ LeMahieu, or were we looking at Manny Machado?
There's a difference between looking at Manny Machado.
You're talking his original.
Were we thinking we were getting DJ LeMahieu, or did we think we were going for the big fish in Manny Machado? What was expected?
Well, what was expected versus reality?
Just tell me what was expected.
Well, you expected Manny Machado.
Okay, us stupid people, right? Us fucking peasants.
Yeah,
right?
you stupid people.
Use fucking dumb people. Okay, right. So when DJ LeMahieu signed here, no one was like, yes, this was the fucking choice, man. I'm glad they went out and didn't spend the money and went after this guy who's like going to be like a hidden gem and fucking, I know he has a couple gold gloves, but he's going to turn into a fucking superstar here. No one said that, but he did turn into that. So again, Brian Cashman got a pass for going the cheap route.
Yeah, but you asked me a question. I didn't hate the move at the time. I'm telling you the truth.
It's not that you hated the move, but we felt like we were going to be the fucking Yankees. Manny Machado was coming here.
I never felt about me.
Well, then you're better
were those two moves necessarily connected at the time?
Yes, they were. I mean,
signing meant they weren't going to get Machado.
I think once
Machado's a third baseman.
Yeah, but I think once LeMahieu signed,
LeMahieu came here as a third baseman. Don't forget,
LeMahieu came here as a bench player.
Okay, so I mean,
so hold on though. So I don't think them signing LeMahieu, who his first opening day was on the bench. I don't think that tied into
you're
them
right,
not getting Machado.
But my point is, at the time we said, oh, they're definitely not getting Machado.
Tulowitzki.
Now hold on a second. Hold on.
I mean, that's the one that you got to.
No, hold on. My ultimate point is, DJ LeMahieu is something that we give credit to Brian Cashman for, right? Rightfully so. DJ LeMahieu wasn't coming here to be the fucking player that he is right now. He turned into a superstar. He made Brian Cashman look phenomenal. So that's just another little pass we give Brian Cashman. But let's just say DJ came here and was a fucking bench player, right? Like you said. Are we sitting here? And let's say he didn't get Garrett Cole. What big moves has he made? What, you want to talk about the before the trade deadline this year where we all praised him, rightfully so. But like, what did that do for us? Ultimately didn't do anything.
So he should have done nothing then.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when is this guy going to just look Hal in the fucking face and say, look, I need to be able to build this team the way I used to build the team. And we're never going to win a World Series like this because it's never going to happen. We're going to sit here year after year doing the same bullshit and never get what we want.
He's always had issues putting pitching staffs together. This is nothing new for him.
Imagine getting Robbie Ray. Imagine what that would have done to the face of this rotation.
Right.
And I'm not a huge Robbie Ray guy. I'm not huge on Robbie Ray. But just imagine the difference of how we're looking at this rotation right now.
I mean, of everything that was done so far, that's the one that you got to look at and say, where were you on that? Like, why were you not in on that?
Where? And why are you not holding?
That's the one.
And if it wasn't your fault, if it wasn't on you, then why aren't you letting us know? Like, if that wasn't on you, if that was something that was out of your power, you knew he was going somewhere else, or he refused something, and no one's talking about it, but you actually had an offer out there. Why am I not hearing about it? The fact that you're silent just proves to me you were fucking asleep. And that's just unacceptable. Yeah,
but I just don't understand. Like, they did nothing, but then they offer $25 million to Verlander. So what it's like, it's the same thing with Cole. Like, you don't do anything to fucking back him up, but you give him fucking $400 million. Like, I don't get it.
It's like I'm telling you, it's like they make us feel like they're doing things and to spend money.
They contradict themselves at every turn. It's like, we're not those Yankees anymore, but we're gonna sign Garrett Cole.
Right.
Oh, we're not gonna sign Robbie Ray, but we're gonna offer Justin Verlander $25 million a year. And it's just like, are you spending money? Are you spending money or are you not spending money? That's what I don't. That's like where they're losing me right now. It's like that's why I can't be like, well, if you offered this money to Verlander, why didn't you? I understand the longer term commitment, but why didn't you offer it to Robbie Ray?
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
Pitching. You have no pitching coming up. We all know you're going to fuck up Luis Gil.
Oh, absolutely. He's probably fucked already.
I mean, sure.
You know when they fucked him up? When he had 0 fucking earned runs in however many games, and then they just sent him down for like 3 weeks because, they're the fucking Yankees.
Yeah, but they were doing that to manipulate things.
Yeah, I know what the fuck they were doing, dude. I know what they were doing. I'm just saying it was dumb.
They didn't have to keep him on the roster because he was a COVID replacement. So
I
they
don't
didn't count
give a
against.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck the Yankees right now. I'm sorry, not the team, not the players, not the guys I root for. Not the guys I root for. That's not who I'm talking about. Not the players. Not the guys shoot those sliders. I'm talking about the Yankee organization, the business.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the business. Fuck the Yankees. That's my fucking motto right now. Fuck the Yankees, not the players, the business. Because the way they're running it is a fucking joke.
Okay. So we're gonna be Pirates fans. Okay.
Do you have trivia for us?
No, I don't have anything this week.
You're not doing trivia for us this week? Well, you're fucking around with the cards. You're fucking.
All right, we're doing trivia next week.
All right, give me one.
Yeah, let's do a teaser for next week.
Hold on.
Give me a little teaser.
Trivia Showdown, Brother versus Brother, Part 2.
I'm better than you. Oh,
yeah.
No, you're not. I beat you. Last night. You can't
those
say
cards.
I really got to look at this. My wife bought me this
book. Cards were the trivia, dude.
Yeah, you would.
I thought.
Okay.
Just throw one out. It could be any of them.
Yeah.
How come the snowman gets excited every time the plow comes through?
Is this a riddle joke? Is this a riddle book?
This is a Yankee joke? A Yankee trivia?
How come the snowman gets excited every time the plow comes through?
Because he wants to get blown.
Because he's always got a snowblower with him. I mean, I got to really look through this. My wife bought me this trivia book for Christmas.
I just laughed. I didn't even know what the joke was.
I mean, some of these are really basic.
Chris is basic.
Basic bitch.
Chris is a basic bitch.
I'm a basic bitch.
Okay.
I go first.
Let me see here. Okay.
Oh my God! Just fucking read a fucking joke.
Okay. And how many times has Chris's mother been plugged by a horse?
All right.
10.
How many times has a Yankee won the American League MVP award? All right, dude. You want multiple choice?
Is this post A-Rod? 0. All right. Give me multiple choice.
Book was published.
Wait, how many? Wait, hold on. How many players or how many times?
Times, you slut.
I'd have to say.
All right, the book is copyrighted in 2020, so I'm assuming it's current. Do you want? It's a multiple choice question. Okay?
All right, yeah, give me the multiple choice because I know the answer.
All right, then what is it?
No, give me the multiple choice.
Okay, it's 12.
Okay.
Okay, it's 22.
Okay.
22.
It's 32.
It's 22.
Or it's 42.
Okay, my initial in my head was 18.
Uh-huh. Oh, well,
so that would put the closest would be to 22.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to say 22.
Yeah, it is. It's 22. Okay.
Okay.
That's
pretty good.
Which? Okay. All right. Here's a good one.
And right, you answered that, so I'm going to go again.
Okay. Which former Yankee was named the? I'm not going to give you the multiple choice here.
Do they have? Do they tell you to clear your throat mid fucking trivia question?
Yeah, it does. It says which former Yankee was named the AP Athlete of the Year in 1961.
Roger Maris.
1961.
Ryan already got it.
After the season or before?
Duh.
If
what
it's
is wrong
after
with
the season, duh. He fucking broke the
Here,
record.
this is a good one for Ryan. Roger Peckinpah was only 23 years old when he would temporarily manage the Yankees in 1914. He was Babe Ruth's choice to manage the club again in 1922.
What's the trivia?
Yeah,
that was just a statement.
Oh, that was just
a statement.
That was just a fun fact.
Oh wait, why? Who's Peckinpah? What
you
did
brought
I say
him
that?
up, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I know.
You brought him up several times. I don't know why. You've always used to bring up Roger Peckinpah's name.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he watched a couple compilation videos of him.
Yeah, pecking. I was pecking my paw.
You're pecking your paw while you went and yanked.
Well, I don't think the Yankees are yanking anything this year. Okay.
No, not as of right now.
Circle jerk.
No, I'm optimistic, dude. Because you got to be. I mean, how else are you going to go into the season?
Look,
you want to go into the season saying they're going to suck? No, that sucks.
If that luxury tax number says like they set out like 220, 230, and that's the number they stay at, man, come on, dude. You got to spend.
They suck.
Dude. I think we all realize what's going to happen here. Okay. Nothing. And I think I don't think nothing's going to happen. I think this is what they're going to do. This is how they're going to do things. They're going to take the Yankee Avenue a way of doing things, which looks on the surface like they did something, but in reality they did nothing.
Nothing.
And that's surface in the ready.
And that's going to be, and I hate saying this because I really loved the guy while I was here, and that's going to be bringing back Anthony Rizzo. And that's going to be doing something jerky at shortstop, which you either sign Andrelton Simmons,
stopgap,
or fucking bringing in Matt Chapman and not playing him at third base.
And it's another righty.
And it'd be like, look what we did.
Here's all I ask.
Talk about.
Be like, you did nothing.
Here's all I ask. If that's the truth, okay, I will still root for this team, but do not have the fucking audacity to look me in the eyes and say that Hal Steinbrenner cares about winning a World Series. That's all I ask. Do not sit here and tell me that the Yankees care about winning a World Series, because they don't. Because they fucking don't. And if that's the case, then I don't care what happens to any of the players that we love, because I'd rather see them play for a fucking team that cares about winning. Don't sit here and tell me, if that happens, that they care about anything more than money in their own pockets. Don't tell me that. And then I'm fine. And then I'll be fine with it. And then I'll continue to root for the team like an asshole. And I'll sit here and I'll just get my heart broken over and over again. It's like dating the high school whore who just fucking sleeps around. And you know she fucking sleeps with everyone. But you continue to go back out with her when she gets lonely again. And the whole school makes fun of her because her pictures get tossed around the whole school. Okay. And then you date her again. And then you date her again because her confidence is low. And then 2 weeks later, she's banging the dude around the corner again.
This is
are you the whore or the Yankees the whore?
No, I'm the cuck. I'm sitting home crying.
It's almost like cuck.
I'm sitting home crying while she's
well,
town.
I once saw a triple play where they didn't where the ball didn't touch leather. That's a whole other story. I was watching old.
All right, here's a good one. Okay, I'll give you.
I said that.
Yeah, I was watching old clips.
There's a whole.
He has all these phrases.
Okay, well, shut up. There's a whole chapter. There's a whole chapter of Lou Gehrig trivia. You want one? Okay.
Yeah,
not even a little bit.
I want one.
All right. This is multiple. This is a multiple
Iron
choice
horse.
question. Are you done?
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna act up, I'm gonna give you the fucking spoiler to.
I go first.
Cobra. I'm gonna give you the. Okay. Do you really want me to spoil Cobra Kai? Because I'll fucking do it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Lou Gehrig, go ahead.
All right, we all know the Iron Horse was Gehrig's most popular nickname. Which nickname did he not go by? Okay.
Dickhead.
A. Buster. B. Columbia Lou. C. Go Yard Gehrig. Or D. Biscuit Pants.
I know what this answer is.
Buster. Buster is only. There's only one Buster, and it's Buster Lonely.
All right, are you locking that in?
It's Columbia Lou.
It's wrong.
Nah.
He did not go by Go Yard Gehrig.
What an awful.
That was the.
Thank God he didn't. He wouldn't even have been good. Probably if he went by that fucking nickname. They probably would have made fun. His wife would have fucking made fun of him probably. And then he still would have died of Lou Gehrig's disease. That would have sucked.
Did you know that Lou Gehrig died of Lou Gehrig's disease?
Oh God.
I did.
Is that in your fucking book?
It's in my book too. It is.
What does
it is actually? It is actually in the book. It says
it's a miserable disease.
It says one of the questions is Lou Gehrig's disease is also known as
ALS.
Yes.
Ice bucket challenge.
The ice bucket challenge.
Ryan definitely did that.
Straight to hell, man.
I did do the ice bucket challenge.
I definitely did too. I had Leah dump one,
and
she was like 1 year old. It was so cold.
I challenge you, Christian, to do it on the pod.
How fucked up is it that most people did the challenge instead of just donating money?
Right.
Like,
somebody challenge.
We took time out of filling up a bucket.
Yeah.
Instead of just
like.
Should I actually help? Should I actually help people with ALS, or should I just like hold for a little
and then shake
and then challenge someone I hate
while shaking?
Should I give somebody a concussion by dropping a bucket of ice from 2 stories up, or should I just donate $10 and actually try to make a difference here?
$1 would have made a difference. Oh man,
how many? I think they did make money off of that though.
They were doing if you do a hashtag of it, and we'll donate.
But you want to know something? How fucked up is it that our society has gone to shit so quickly that the ice bucket challenge, which was the first of its kind, really, of something going viral like that to create awareness and blah 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 as a challenge, right, has now turned into like. Take a shit at school and throw it on the wall and like write your name in the shit challenge.
Nobody does that.
Yes,
steal your principal's car door challenge.
And then it was like with the shooting of the schools, like all schools got fucking alerted a couple weeks ago because there was a challenge on TikTok.
Well, that's your problem, bro. You're a fucking grown-ass man watching TikTok videos.
Dude, I fucking could sit watching TikTok videos for hours.
You watch Talkies.
I watch Talkies.
I don't know how to find the people that I actually like watching. They just pop up every once in a while. But there's this guy. There's this dude who's straight off the boat.
Follow them.
He's straight off the boat from Italy, and his wife feeds him like American Italian
food.
And one time, he gave him
pasta.
He gave him macaroni and cheese. He goes, cheese, what do you talk about? This is orange. Cheese not orange.
He's fucking alive. Did you ever see the one where she says, feeding my Italian husband undercooked pasta just to get his reaction? And he goes in, he goes to
he kills her.
No. Or it was overcooked. Sorry. It was overcooked. And he turns the boiling pot of water up and goes, I'll take you out to dinner. Come on. And he makes her go out to dinner. I love that guy. He's alive.
One time they took him to Olive Garden. He goes, "No, why you do this to me? I thought you loved me."
Did you see the recent one where they play Dominic the donkey for him?
No, I didn't see that.
This is not fucking Italian donkey.
My love, why you do this?
Oh man.
My love, why you do this to me?
Why you do this to me?
But she's not orange.
Well,
Did anything else happen while we were away?
I think that's it, man.
Mm.
That's it for me.
I don't know, dude. I mean, where do you go as an organization if you trade for Matt Chapman and play him at shortstop?
You go right to hell. I mean, you go straight to hell.
Doesn't it go back to Christian, your point of like not taking advantage when they can take advantage, where they had all these shortstops, now this, and now you're going to bring in a righty to not take advantage of their ballpark dimensions and go for another right-handed bat in this lineup, and it's going to be Matt Chapman. I mean,
I don't really. I mean, if you're
not against that.
No, I am. But if you have Gallo here, if you're gonna bring in a lefty to play first base, I don't really concern myself with too much.
They need lefties in this lineup. That has been the biggest problem in my mind, and that's the one thing.
If they do,
they got to bring him back though.
If they do what you said and they bring back Anthony Rizzo, it's really not the worst thing in the world. We can't sit here and be upset about it.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good offense.
It's things like getting Matt Chapman to put him at short are things that we can absolutely be mad about because it just doesn't make sense.
But if you get Chapman and Rizzo, and then you're looking at a really high-powered offense.
But dude,
what? Yeah, but it's like
who cares?
You pull out a nice fucking piece of meat, a nice steak. You're gonna grill it, and then you're eating hamburgers. You like hamburgers, but you really had your sights set on something a little bit better than that. That's what it's like with fucking Rizzo. Like, yeah, I enjoy the guy, I do. I want him. I like the fact that he was a Yankee. But like, there's better options out there now. So
you're
why
right.
are we?
No, you're right.
Why are we not trying? Why are they not trying to do everything in their power to be the best team possible? And that even goes beyond spending money, because you have chips to play with. And go get Matt Olson. It might cost me one of my shortstops. Okay, then go sign a fucking shortstop. That's
going to cost me money or a draft pick.
It was my daughter's birthday, you know. You didn't even wish her a fucking happy birthday.
I did. She's my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Callie.
I love you, Callie. No, but you don't love me. You fucking hate my guts.
That's why she's my favorite.
I know.
That's okay.
Wait till I get to work on Eva. She's older.
No, you want to get to work on a 2-year-old?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to know what kind of scumbag her fucking father is.
Right. I'm a real scumbag. Real nice. How many times did I help you move?
As many times as I moved.
How many times did I go and change the tires for you?
You still haven't seen my new house.
COVID, bro.
Yeah.
COVID. Yeah, you got to go over there, bro.
Fuck you, COVID.
I use that as an excuse not to go over your house anymore.
That's actually, the one thing on this about COVID is not being able to use it as an excuse to not do things. But 2022 now, bro. I'm fucking done. I'm done. If you're scared of COVID, stay the fuck away from me. That's fine. I still respect you. I still respect you as a human being. But stay the fuck out of my life because I'm done now.
Okay, is this the Yankees' year of Derek Jeter or of Jacoby Ellsbury? Because there's a lot of toes in that.
Oh boy, could you imagine?
Is it 22? A lot of twos, or it's a 22?
It's the 22nd of the 22nd year, and we're playing in the 22nd hour of the 22nd game, and there's 2-1 with 2 out.
Yeah,
2 out.
2022.
22 is up at the plate. 2 just retired.
We're in the year 2022. Jesus Christ.
That's wild, dude. I remember when it was 2019 and this fucking my life changed.
Was normal.
Christ.
All right. So,
all right. Okay.
So we'll just finish up on this note here. Anthony Volpe sucks. Okay.
Hey, listen, Anthony Volpe's dad's a huge fan of NYYNewsTV. So you guys chill, though.
Shit. Well,
I don't have to chill about shit because
Mr. Volpe, I should call you Dr. Volpe.
Is he a doctor?
Yeah, he is. I know one of his patients. They're very good friends.
Here we go. HIPAA.
Mr. It's not a HIPAA violation. Mr.
Telling
Russo.
you who. Okay, well, that's a violation.
Mr. Anthony Russo is great friends with Dr. Volpe.
Go Fouch yourself.
Dr. Go Fouch. And if you're watching this or listening, I want to hook up and talk about it.
Let's hook up.
So let's just hook up.
All right.
So Volpe doesn't suck. He just, the thought of him right now sucks because.
Well, here's the thing, bro.
Yankees
it's just
suck,
like
is what
it's
it
just
comes
like
down
this,
to.
right? So Volpe did an interview on a different podcast. He did. Okay. And then David Cohn, who hosts that different podcast.
Another cuck.
All right. Yeah, different cuck move there. Okay. He came out and he said that he thinks Anthony Volpe is a real deal. I'm paraphrasing so and then that's when Yankee fans.
And what does that mean?
That you don't trade him. You don't block his path to the big leagues. That's how Yankee fans took it.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, dude. Fucking Yankee fans, some of you have your fucking head so far up other people's asses, you can't even see how stupid you sound.
Here's the thing.
And
you're giving how what you're doing is also you're counting Hal's pennies again. You're giving him 8 years of a cost controlled position.
Yeah.
And a hope of something.
A Volpe Hopi.
A Volpe.
I mean, my whole thing is, why are we not in a position now and going into 2022 where you have certain advantages in terms of people you can trade and the money that you have to just not go over the top right now? And you know what? It's not a guarantee that they'd win, but if they went out there and they did everything in their power to try to erase all doubt on this team and they didn't win, at least at the end of the day, I could say, dude, they tried.
You know what?
They tried.
Yeah. I just thought of it. It just hit me. You know when you have like a fucking epiphany and it just all hits you, it all comes together? Here's the problem.
Were you Googling epiphany before you used it?
No, I told you I'm very smart, dude. I read a lot of books.
Don't tell. I told you I'm very smart.
That means you're dumb.
Listen, here's the problem. The problem is, if they're not going to do it now, when are they ever going to do it? What better time than now to go big or go home? There's no better time. No other time makes better sense. So if this is what they're doing now, when will they ever justify doing anything different? Honestly, is that not the truth? Is this not the time where they can justify spending through the fucking roof? Is there going to be any other time, any other situation that proves better than this one?
Next year.
Well, if they're not going to do it now, next year is going to be even worse than this year.
You want to know why?
Why?
You want to know why? They have a lot of contracts coming off the books next year.
Yeah, well,
God, don't give me that shit though, man. Don't give this team another year to have an
I'm not, but I'm telling you. As Chris says, when are they going to do it?
You're right, though, bro.
That's when they would do it, is next year.
You know, I thought it would be this year.
They don't have a lot of money.
Remember when I said no? Because they fucking suck. Because the Yankee team I love, the Yankee business, I fucking I hate.
If George was alive. If George was alive.
George too.
He all knew soap opera.
If George were alive, they probably would have won another World Series, though. I'll say that.
George were alive.
I don't know. It's hard to say whether or not they would have won another one. They did go for it. I mean, they did try to go for it again in 2010.
They definitely would have.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good analysis. That's a good analysis on that there.
It's hard to say. It definitely is hard to say. You can't say what
it's hard.
Certainty.
You can say it's hard. It's definitely hard.
Someone say hard.
Someone say hard.
You know, it's hard as Ender Enciarte. You guys brought him in. You dished me in the side of the road over there with Ender Enciarte. Bye-bye, Gardy.
Yeah, I wonder what Gardy's future is going to be.
Oh, he'll definitely be a Yankee. He'll play 135 plus games, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my God, that's hilarious.
Realistically, I think next week we should kind of look at where this team really.
There won't be baseball this year. There's no baseball this year.
Do you think what are the odds? Let's just do this real quick. What % chance do you think there will be a strike this year? 0%. Okay. That's it. It stops with you.
Oh,
there's two more this year.
Did you just Google it? Did you just Google?
No. Yeah, I Googled.
Did you just Google what percentage do you think?
Well, the biggest difference is that you have to compare it to, what was it, 1994?
Yeah, but people were dumber then.
But no, the biggest difference is that if you look at the revenue made in the most recent like full regular season was 2019, the revenue brought in was over $10 billion. All right. Now let's look at the revenue in 1994.
Okay, accountant.
Well, let's fucking look, dude, because that's what it comes down to. That they're not gonna hold out for the whole year because of the money being generated. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but back then, I mean, the dollar was just as valuable, probably.
Yeah, but when baseball came back, revenue went up 400%. So it jumped. So the money involved is what's going to cause them to eventually come to a decision.
If we didn't just go through
a year of loss
affected by a pandemic, I could definitely see them doing something that would cost games. Yes.
Yeah. You saw how they negotiated during all of that. It was really terrible. Bad. And that wasn't for the future of the league. That was just for the future of 1 year. That's I'll tell you why too.
Because I feel like the people in charge of the CBA, like the people in charge of the players union, the players association, they don't, as of right now, I don't think they speak for the entire voice of the players.
Well, they're supposed to.
I know they're supposed to, and that's the fucking problem, Christian. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. I think
Tony Clark, right?
It's Tony Clark, and I'm sure there's a couple other people in charge, and guys like Zach Britton in charge of the team, spokesperson, whatever. I don't. Yeah.
So when he goes,
that they have the players' true intention, best intentions in mind.
Maybe Tony Clark. Tony
Clark's a fucking jerk off. Let me tell you right now. It's all political. It's all gotten political. Manfred sucks. He's a political hack. They're all fucking scumbags. I'm telling you right now. They'll figure something out. The players won't even be happy about it, but the Players Association will act like they had to do some fucking crazy.
But if the Players Association doesn't want to, if they don't want to strike, then they're not going to strike. So Tony Clark can't be like, "Oh, we're striking," when the players don't want to strike. They can't do that. And they're not gonna, because they went through a year where they made 40% or whatever it was of their salaries. The owners aren't going to do it because they went through it. They went through an entire year, 2020, where they didn't get revenue from fans being in the stadiums. Then they went through 2020, where they probably what could they have made last year?
Yeah.
Even the Yankees didn't draw last year.
Yeah. They won't this year either.
Well, New York's running around fucking scared of their own shadow, and the team, if the team doesn't fucking put a product on the field, they're really not going to get any. They're really not going to get anybody out there.
Forget it. Forget about it. That's it. That's their phrase, right? Forget about it.
So there's both sides are going to be interested in making a deal to make money, and that's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah. I do see it maybe being a delayed start, though. I could see it going there.
No, I don't think there's going to be one game missed because of this.
Right. This actually works.
What, the hoodie?
Yeah, who am
Chris, I saw a wonderful picture of you and your family on social media the other day. It's your haircut, bro. I know you walked in there and said to the barber, "I'm a dick." I didn't know that you went in there and said, "Can I look like a dick?"
Let me tell you something, you fucking piece of shit. Shave your beard, you fucking groungy looking motherfucker.
Okay, number one,
talk to me.
That's something somebody says that can't grow a beard. Okay,
I am very jealous. I actually resent my father for the genes that he passed down.
Yeah. Poor.
You have a good beard. You have a decent puby beard. It's a little puby.
It's
a little puby. It's puby.
It's puby, but you can grow it. I can't even grow it.
Yeah.
I looked at that picture and I'm like, wow, Chris literally looks like the top of a penis.
You know what? Let's end this. Let's end the show for good.
Why?
Because I'm done.
Are you triggered?
You're done. You're done. Compilation.
I'm done. Take the time out of your day to go through all the episodes and see how many times I said I'm done.
My new hobby in life is trying to figure out ways to trigger your wife because she's taking on that personality trait of yours.
She gets triggered very easily.
So
sometimes.
easily.
It depends on what she's going through in life.
Should we go through? Should we be misogynistic right now?
Oh yeah, fuck it. I love.
You love a little misogyny. You love a little misogyny.
Yeah. Do it. She's fucking. It depends on the time of the month and what she's going through. And
I wasn't gonna say it.
She's a little more triggered than normal. But you know what? I fucking love the woman.
Triggered.
Love her to death.
Hashtag triggered like a Stacy.
Hashtag trigged.
Triggered like a Stacy.
All right. I'm sick of you fucking defaming me now.
You were never famous to begin with.
It's defamatory.
It's inflammatory.
It's libel.
Is
that written?
Yo, fuck you fucking scumbag.
That was slander.
Slander. Yeah.
Libel's written.
Okay, so
defamatory.
I saw that in the group chat.
What a piece of shit! What a piece of shit that guy was.
Right? I'll watch you guys. I like to watch.
Wait, someone said shit about us?
About me,
Christian.
Oh, let me hear it. I didn't read what he said. I just said, let's fucking rip him.
He literally sent me the textbook definition of slander versus libel.
Oh, that scumbag.
Like, what a piece of garbage. Like, it's fucking Twitter, you idiot.
Yeah, you fucking loser. I hate people.
Like honestly.
So he Googled both definitions, took a screenshot of them, put them side by side.
No, he's actually typed it out like a fucking loser.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, you have nothing. You have nothing better to do with your Sunday afternoon than fucking tell me what the difference between slander and libel is. Like, I give a fuck. Like we're in a legal court proceeding right now, or I'm just making a tweet about Derek Jeter. You fucking asshole.
It is social court. Okay, it's the court of public opinion.
Oh.
It's the court.
I fucking hate everybody. Like, I really hate everybody right now.
Let's go on a killing spree.
You want to murder somebody?
No.
Dude, I was no.
YouTube. Yeah. This is red flags.
We're gonna get kicked off in week 1.
I know. Yeah.
YouTube's gonna fucking. There's gonna be red flags. I'm done.
No more. I can't listen to any more true crime podcasts. I can't do it because I'm sitting there. I'm like, that's not how you kill somebody, bro. No wonder why you got caught.
All right, boys.
Wild.
So next week, I don't know. Do you guys want to play trivia next week or no?
Yeah, I think it'll be fun if you want to get something together. I'll kick the shit out of Chris.
I'll play, and I will win.
Are you going to win this time? Because you're like, for the entire history of the show.
I will win.
You've never won anything.
I will win. Trust me.
Okay. You will lose.
Okay.
You will lose.
Okay.
All right. So thank you very much. Are we done?
Yeah, I'm done, dude. I'm done.
I'm done.
Okay. So basically, welcome to the NYYNewsTV era of the NYYST podcast. If you're a jerk off that wants the Yankees to sign Andrelton Simmons, then go fuck yourself and do something else with your time.
Ooh, love it.
Raunchy. I'm gonna wait for Anthony Volpe. Okay, you do that. Okay, you definitely do that.
You do it, bro.
You wait. I'm sure you're still waiting for that girl that you liked in high school to answer your fucking note. The little thing that will you go out with me?
That opened, yeah.
So is this a reboot? Are we a reboot, or are we we're just picked up by another network and we're picking up where we left off?
Yeah, dude. Where the fuck have you been? The Twilight Zone?
All right, so it's not a total reboot.
No,
we're not starting from a whole new universe.
We can't. We've been doing it for too long.
I watched the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
It would be counterproductive. Terrible.
But you probably liked it 6.5 out of 10.
Another rabbit. 6.5. 6.5.
You know what? It wouldn't have been bad if it wasn't just Kevin Smith trying to cram everybody that he fucked or knew into a movie.
Makes sense.
Oh man, dude. Yeah. So
makes sense for no one.
Although I'm hoping that they do get Clerks 3 out there. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Chris is like, I've never seen it. It's in black and white. I'm not cultured enough to fucking watch it.
Because it's black and white. I fucking
seen Pleasantville.
Pleasantville was a great fucking movie, dude.
I knew you were gonna get your fucking hoodie up here.
That's how you
Okay.
block the double chin. Huh.
Okay, so
What double chin?
The turtleneck sweatshirt. I've never seen it.
all right, this show
All right.
sucks.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on. Let's
We're
fucking
getting
end it,
canceled.
dude.
We're getting
Yeah, I'm
canceled
out.
after
Canceled.
week 1.
I'll take some pills.
That sounds good.
That sounds great.
I'm gonna pop some pills too.
You want to pop pills?
To
let's
make
pop.
my
Pop,
dick
pop.
hard.
Pop, pop,
Blue
trying to
pop,
Chew.
pop. You know, that was my
Dude.
favorite when I
We're
used
about
to
to
work at a
incriminate
farm.
ourselves now.
Okay, that's what my favorite thing about working at a pharmacy was way back when, is that it was socially acceptable
Oh
to tell
shit, he
people
really did pop one.
socially acceptable to tell people you pop pills all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pop, pop,
Just
pop.
pop.
It's just pain reliever.
Pop.
Naproxen
And
sodium.
Molly with Molly.
Molly. It's Advil mixed with Molly.
It's this new thing. It's a
Wait,
new
it's like-
challenge.
It's like when fat people get like, see, I don't do this when I'm fat. I just fucking go all out. And I love when fat people get like 4 different sandwiches and like and order mozzarella sticks, and then they order like a salad, and they'll
That's
eat the
healthy.
salad and be like, it's healthy, right? It's kind of like that, but with pills.
And
Be
the
like,
dirty-
I'm just taking some Advil and like a Molly,
Sounds,
but I took
sounds
Advil,
good. Sounds are good.
and Advil's safe.
Salads are good. Salads are good.
Somebody was trying to rip on Eminem earlier this week because they said that he wrote his second album on ecstasy, and I'm like, good dude, he should have done more
He
fucking
should have
drugs.
done more ecstasy then, because the rest of his album sucked.
Yeah, Eminem's dead. This is a clone.
Here we go. Conspiracy theory.
I saw Elvis last week. Okay, he was at a
Actually-
rest stop.
Actually, I fully believe that Elvis was alive way past when they said he died.
All right, let's get into conspiracy.
I read an article
JFK?
about
Okay.
a doctor who actually
It was on Breitbart.
yeah,
Dr.
fuck
Skull.
you, dude. You know what? Fuck
Yeah.
you. Fuck you. Let's just go.
All right,
I'm
so
done.
your mother.
Chris,
We are going to start banging.
Oh, there you go.
get the fuck. All right.
All right.
I'm done. For real.
Okay. Well, you know, if you're down for week 2 of the NYY News era, you know, we appreciate it. Sometimes the show goes off the rails, and that's what happens when the Yankees give us nothing to talk about.
When they're locked out, dude. They're locked down.
Well, they do this sometimes too. You know, they weren't locked out leading up to the fucking lockout, and they did nothing. So there you go. Okay.
NYYST.
All right. So thank you for listening to episode 263 of the podcast. Please follow us on Twitter at NYY Sports. No, it's not that anymore. It's at NYYST_podcast.
Yeah.
See, it's like muscle memory. We got to get into the flow of things there. So thank you very much for your support. And SGR,
Go Yanks.
Chris, say goodbye.
Before it hits the